Welcome to Dan's on the Street. I'm Dan. We're going to explore the world city by city as seen through Google Maps and Google Street View. I thought we could go somewhere very unusual today, down in Antarctica. There's a research station down here called McMurdo Station. Here it is. Way down here. Look at this map. This is unusual with all these colors. It's not very well mapped, but it's also quite small. There's only about 1,200 people who live here, and during winter, I guess it goes down to 250. This is basically just a scientific research center, and so most of the staff is support crew, and some of it's scientists. I looked it up briefly on Wikipedia. But we're on the ground here. This is pretty fantastic. January 2013. Look at this. Bottom of the world. You will probably never visit here. I don't think, even if I want to visit here, I don't think I probably will or can. I'm not quite sure if it's open to the public. Look at all this. Tons of, these look like shipping containers. Wonder what's in these boxes here. Huge amount of boxes. I'm sure there's all kinds of storage for the winter. Of course, it's always cold here to some extent, but during proper winter, it's got to be unbelievably cold. I don't know what temperature it gets down here. Super freezing. This is pretty interesting, though. Very mountainous. Yeah. Beautiful light coming across here. It's not really... Well, the location's beautiful. The actual town itself is pretty utilitarian. I don't know if I'd really call it a town, although with, 1,200 people or so, anywhere else in the world, that'd be considered a town, right? This looks like dirt that's been all piled up here from construction or something. Big tire tracks in the ground. Road closed. Okay. All kinds of stuff. These look like they came in off a helicopter, maybe. That's interesting. Tons of containers with all kinds of things. Food. Who knows what. Let's see. Looks like antenna is up there of some sort. Radar. And tons of shipping containers. Not sure where the living quarters are. Looks like they're maybe down in here. These are interesting. They got these containers. These are sitting on skis. So they drag them behind a larger vehicle, I guess. They have like a train of them here almost, it looks like. That's pretty cool. And then these ones, wow, are on tank tracks. Very interesting. All kinds of methods of dragging this heavy stuff around. This looks kind of military, or it's like painted military slightly. Drab. I'm not sure if this is a military research or just general scientific research. I read that they used to fire off some sounding rockets here back in the 60s, but I don't think they do that anymore. So I'm not quite sure what the nature of the research is. Mechanical waste pump, compressor, all kinds of spare parts and stuff down here. Tons of pallets ready to go. Wonder what time of day we're looking at with the sun. Like, how high does the sun ever get here? We're so far south. Probably not very high. Very interesting. All right. I wish this was... I appreciate the maps we have, but obviously it's not complete. USAP. Not sure what that means. Slowly moving down into town. Some big vehicles out. Oh wow, look at these vehicles here. This thing on treads. Oh boy. So everyone can climb in there, stay warm. Very neat. Love the tires on this. Giant snow tires. Look at this thing. Can't imagine how hard it is to start all these vehicles in the freezing cold. I'm sure that's an issue down here. Block heaters and so forth, maybe necessary, I'm sure. Pickup trucks, that's another good way of getting around. Nobody out and about. Wow, look at this bus. Terra bus. That's awesome. Can't be too many of those in the world. I don't think I've ever seen a vehicle that looks like that. Outside of maybe a movie or something. Very interesting. Is a stop sign necessary down here? Next you'll see like a red light down here. Have we reached the end of our tour? All right. Well, there's more to see. Don't worry. But this might be as far as we can go right here. So you can kind of see it in this map. It's oddly gray. NSF. Oh, Chocolate Cafe. I want to say I'd stop there, but again, I don't think I'm ever going to make it here. Interesting. Oh, here's Hut Point. I read that this is where the old explorer visited. Remind me of his name here. Robert Falcon Scott. He discovered or did some research here. He made a base camp and he built a cabin back in 1902, and this might be it. They said it's still there. Hut Point. How about that? I mean, I'd sure love to visit. It'd be pretty fascinating to see. All right, can we see any of this else in here? All right, look, we got little strips of maps. We got some photos. Plenty to explore still. We're inside one of the stations here. So many containers. I've never seen so many boxes of containers outside of like a ship. I mean, it's not very pretty. It looks kind of like a hospital. Wow, look at these rocks. Oh, okay. Is this part of a tree, I guess, maybe? Or it was, of course. Huh. Penguins? Oh. That's cute. A little sad. It's a nice little display they got set up in here. Some old skeletons. Showing some of the life forms that are down here. A shovel. Ceremonial. Alright, whatever. I'd definitely check out these glass cases, though, if I was here. Welcome to McMurdo. Alright. Sending samples. Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like government research as much as... Oh, we can go outside. Other scientific research. This place looks newer, maybe. I think we came down that hillside somewhere over there, maybe. Alright, starting to get a little sense of this area. These look like dorms or apartments, whatever you want to call them. Giant blue building there. This is really cool to see. I'm glad somebody took these pictures. Well, let's check out some more. Here's a one-off photo. All right. A little snowier here. Wow. I bet they're... Yeah. Can you imagine the sunsets and sunrises they get here? Over the ice. That has got to be fantastic. I'm a big... Who's not a fan of sunrises and sunsets? But, like, I always seek them out. And this would be an epic one. Kind of sad we can't actually see the sun right here. Maybe we'll get another look at that from somewhere else here. Chapel of the Snows. Wow, they have a church down here. How about that? Gorgeous out here. This looks a little past sunset or a little in the morning. Hey, there's that church. Okay. Again, these look like dorms or apartments. I guess this is sort of a bay here, although it's all frozen in. And some distant mountains over there. Very interesting. Let's try some more places out. Oh, maybe we can get down to that hut. We'll head that way, okay? Alright, I'm starting to get a little sense of this town. As, such as it is. I'm learning my way around. I like the idea generally with these videos that my goal is that at the end of it, if you drop me in that town, I wouldn't be utterly lost. Like, I might be able to sort of find myself around a little bit, know what to look for. And already here, even in a place like here, I definitely wouldn't be totally lost if you drop me right somewhere in here. Okay, we're moving up here. This may or may not be that hut. This looks pretty big if it is, right? I mean, maybe it is. Doesn't look like it dates to 1902, but I guess what do I know? Well, maybe it does. If this dates back to then, that's pretty fantastic. Look at this old shutter flipped over. Protect those windows. This is definitely old. It's got to be it, I guess. How about that? You can see the shadow of this guy. He's wearing a backpack with a camera on it. That's one of the ways to get these pictures out in remote areas. That'd be a pretty cool job for somebody. Get sent to Antarctica, take some pictures. I'd do that. That'd be a good time. Looks like there's a plaque here, but we won't be able to read it, I'm afraid. Very impressive. Wow. I love seeing that. Let's see if we can get up kind of a view over of the town. Okay, we're up the hillside here a bit. Wow. There's Mary. And there's the town back there. This is from 2013. Looks like a plaque here. Richard T. Williams. Who knows? Great sun over there. Boy, it feels freezing though, right? You can just slightly sense how terribly cold that would all be. It looks like we can drop by this. Again, look like a radar or some sort of antenna. Hello. Here it is. Huge. Oh boy. A lot colder down here. Hey look, okay, so this bay does melt. And in February. So that's right, southern hemisphere. To say, the extremes of the southern hemisphere. Some ships are able to get in, drop off stuff, and support ship there, tugboat or something maybe back there. Still super cold, super snowy. Looks very frigid. But I guess this is the time of year you want to visit. This would, I guess, be their summer. Interesting. Looks all frozen from up here. Look at the ice breaking off here. Wow. They actually built some roads all up in here. Connecting to, I don't know, various other places. Wow. People going on a hike or kind of a skiing hike up this way. Maybe just a hike, I guess. Blindingly white. Gotta wear those special sunglasses, right? Oh man, I don't know. This I could hang out by that station, but I don't know if I would want to go up in these parts. Where are they hiking? All right, they're hiking over to here. Let's check this out. Some sort of peak. Look at this. We are really getting up here. Oh my word. Yeah, totally lost up in here. You do not want to get caught out here after dark or something alone. Could be in big trouble. Looks like there was a single photo there. Let's just drop on that just to see what this overlook looked like. Okay, we're up on the rock. I mean, what a stunning view. There's got to be only, what are the total number of humans who have ever seen this site right here? A couple hundred at the very top, right? No more than that, I'm sure. Unbelievable. I mean, it might be worth that hike for this view. Look at this rock. Fantastic. This distant mountain. Wow. It's crazy. There's this whole giant landmass that basically nobody owns, nobody really occupies, hardly anyone. And it's just sitting there. But for the temperature, I'm sure it'd be a fully occupied, normal country. This is interesting. This pattern, is this for safety? I wonder what they use this for. Is that so they can measure the distance of it when looking at it? It's kind of an odd pattern. Certainly catches your eye. That's got to be one of its functions. All right, this person's very excited. Oceanographic Observatory. All right, observing the ocean. That's important work. They were out on the ice, I guess. So they were out over the water. This one too is maybe on the ice or just at the edge. This is an interesting... What are they doing here? Okay. Number 19. This is remote. McMurdo Station. Let's check out a few more places around the area. Places you might get to if you visited. Okay, more stuff over here. All kinds of, it's kind of surprising the amount of buildings and research facilities that have gone up here. This looks like a piece of art, maybe a sculpture of some sort. It's unexpected. Okay, here's Scott Base. All right. Named after the same Scott. I read this was first mapped back in the 1840s. And then, I guess since the 50s, this became a proper research station, generally occupied. Oh, sitting up on this vehicle. Boy, oh boy. There's those green buildings again. Pretty neat. Wonder how you get a job down here, I don't think I've ever seen that post on Craigslist. Hiring Antarctica. Must be on some government listing or something. Maybe. Or maybe it's done through universities. It's got some sort of measurement device there. Looks like a camp out here maybe, or vehicles kind of out, camped. This is all snow. As far as you can see. Pretty cool, December 2016. Let's just pull out and see a little more of the region. No longer quite part of the base, but just to get a sense of, the area. It all kind of has the same look, this barren rock and tons of ice and snow. But the rock has a certain look to it. Again, it sort of, brown. Looks like another planet. Or, there are planets in the universe. Whether there's life out there in the universe, there's definitely planets that look basically exactly like this. With rocks and ice, water. Probably tens of thousands of them. Which is pretty fascinating. There are places that look exactly like that. Almost without a doubt. Whether there's any life or not. It's pretty insane. And that makes me think of that, seeing that site. It's like, I bet they kind of look like this. Rocky and ice. Got some tents out here. I don't know, tent camping, that'd be pretty frightening. I don't know. I guess as long as you're warm, as long as you can get warm. I like the idea of those big apartment buildings, though. They feel a little safer. But I can't imagine waking up to this kind of view. Wow. These peaks. Got a flag over there. I mean, this looks pretty fantastic. Again, not a lot of people have ever woken up to that site. Ever. Very cool. Alright, one or two more places. I'm gonna have to call it a day here. Do we get over to this part here? How about right here? Beautiful sky. Ooh! Penguins! Here they are. Classic sight. We've all seen it in the documentaries. Oh, that's fantastic. I guess if you visit Antarctica, you gotta see the penguins. And are those seals? I think so. What a sight. Ha! That's fantastic. Wow. Alright, maybe this will be our last place. If we can drop in here. I'm not sure why the maps are so insane up here. Weirdly patched together. Maybe I can't drop there. Alright, we'll have to try somewhere else. Okay, where should we go? Alright, how about back here? Ooh, different site here. Different look to the rocks, too. Wow, has this been... It's been eroded away here by ice. I don't even know. We're pretty high up. Water a long time ago, or wind? Interesting erosion pattern, though. Very interesting. There's crazy mountains up in here. Were these naturally placed? I guess so. What a cool place to hike to, though. You can peer down here. We're crazy high up here. Fantastic. Talk about it. Yeah. An unexplored place. I mean, it's been explored, but by such a tiny fraction of humans, it's crazy. All right, well, okay, let's end back at the station. One more place here. Do we stop in here? All right, McMurdo Station. This has been pretty fascinating to see. I've enjoyed this. You probably live here. That's my guess, or maybe up here. I'm sure they got plenty of food, storage. Oh, candy cane. Must be Christmas time, December. There you go. I've really enjoyed this. I don't know if I'll ever make it down here. If I have the opportunity to. I think you'd be a fool to say no, though. You gotta get down here. But I don't know how you get on that list. How do you get that invite? For now, though, let's add it to our map. McMurdo Station. One of the more unusual places we've been to on this tour, but I quite like that. Alright, well please subscribe, tell your friends, check out some of my other videos. Recently in Australia, and New Zealand, that was a good one. Wellington, check that one out. That was an amazing town. Alright, till next time.